All right, Doug Bender from DyeStat.com back with another DyeStat discussion. And look who it is. We've got Paige Sheppard from Union Catholic, a national record holder in the 4x800 meter relay from last spring, the defending champion at NXR Northeast. She just won 2 weekends in a row at Holmdel Park with the New Jersey groups and the New Jersey Meet of Champs. Paige, thanks for giving me a little bit of your time tonight. I know you're busy.
No, thank you.
Paige, what do you think about going back to Bowden Park, where you won the NXR regional last year as a freshman? You've already been up there once in September to kind of like go over it again, but what are your thoughts heading into the NXR weekend?
No, yeah, I think it's really exciting and I think it'll be a lot of fun. That's really all we're looking forward to this week and just getting a chance to get back to nationals again.
Yeah, this would be the third year in a row for Union Catholic, and it does seem like you guys have sort of like from start of the season up till now been the dominant team in the Northeast. How do you feel like your team has run hard 2 weekends in a row? How do you feel like the health of the group is right now as you get ready for this next big race?
Yeah, I think our health is good and I think we're all pumped to get a chance to like really just run out there and see like what we've got. You know, Bowden is probably one of the hardest courses we've got this season, so we're just really excited to see like what we can do and see if we can handle it.
Yeah. As you get ready, do you think much about last year's race and how that went for you, and kind of like replay that at all in your mind, or are you just getting ready for the new thing?
I do like to move on, but definitely kind of like take old races with me. You know, what I remember most from that race was just like it was never really determined until that last like 100 or so meters where like I won at the end. But you know, anything can happen, so just kind of be on the lookout and just keep pushing and never give up.
Yeah. You're undefeated, I believe, so far this fall, right? And it seems like I don't know how if any of your races have really been all that close, but you've got 207 800 meter speed. Like, have you needed to use that or call on that at all to get by anybody late in a race this year so far yet?
No, not really. And I don't necessarily, you know, I'm not totally sure, but think that'll be necessary during NXR really. I think that'll mostly be like an NXN thing. But yeah, most of these races have really just been me and a few like some of my teammates, but mostly just kind of going solo.
Yeah. Kaiser's having a great season as well. How's that been training this fall with her and everybody, and keeping the momentum and the vibes good?
No, yeah, I feel like we all kind of like to do a little bit of a different training. She likes to go a little bit harder and a little bit longer, and I prefer, you know, doing like the arc trainer and a lot of cross training. And I think
Mm.
like what's great is that we all have like these different styles, and coach allows us to kind of like practice and train those certain things. So we're not all in the same group. We're kind of doing our own thing so that
Mm.
we can really like train to our best abilities, and you know, that's what we've been doing.
Yeah, Coach McCabe's got you like pretty specialized attention on all of you, right? Um,
Yeah.
I should mention Union Catholic did win our DyeStat dual meet national tournament over the summer. With tremendous group of athletes always at Union Catholic. Paige, how interested, how excited were you during the Olympics to watch the Olympics, and as obviously an incredible high school track athlete who may one day be a great American track athlete, like, and someone who goes to the school where Sydney McLaughlin went to school, like how pumped were you to watch those events in Paris?
I was really, really excited. And some of them I was so nervous I actually took a nap and then waited for the results afterwards because I just couldn't see it live. Like I know
Mm.
Sydney's race, I waited because I was just like super duper stressed for that one. I mean, that one ended up being like a blowout, but I was just
It
really,
did,
really
yeah.
nervous for her. Um,
Hmm.
and there were a few like other races, like I think the 800 and maybe like a 4x4 or something where I just like was really, really nervous and couldn't watch it live. But I know my family and I were like really locked in and just like really watching it and just like enjoying all the races.
Why does that make you nervous? Because it seems like you know I imagine there's people that you want to do well, and you're nervous for them, but um, is really like you feel like pretty
Yeah.
impacted by that. Sounds like.
Yeah, I just feel like I understand like all like the effort that like you're putting into and to like have that potentially not be met is just like really heartbreaking. And I knew like I was
Yeah.
like crushed after like a thing mode didn't make it. So just like the
Hmm.
potential that Sydney like was going to win was like, oh my gosh, so I just I could not watch that
Yeah,
one.
it is. It is when it's every 4 years. It does seem like, well, you only get like one or two chances at this in your whole
Yeah.
lifetime. You better land on the right day and all of that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, did you feel like that gave you any extra motivation at the end of the summer to get into cross country season?
No, yeah, I feel like this cross country season after Paris is just kind of like a lot of discipline and like putting in the work and not every day is going to go the way you want it to, but you kind of just have to keep going and wait for the next day to just kind of do better. And yeah, we've all been working really, really hard since July to just like have this opportunity. And I think we're really excited to see what we can do with it on Saturday.
Yeah, you have a tremendous amount of range from 800 all the way up to cross country and 5,000. Um, what do you enjoy? What length of a race do you enjoy racing the most?
I would probably say either the 8 or the mile. The 8 I've done since I was 7. And the mile I did probably like a little bit later. They're slightly different. I think that's really what I like about it. The 8 is just like it's really familiar. I've done it for so many years. But I
Yeah,
think what I love about the mile is that it's just like it's slow but it's fast and it's just really kind of like a game almost. And I feel like Coach McCabe has told me that he thinks like that's where I'll be stronger like in the future anyway. But I mean those are definitely the two that I love the most.
yeah. The range, the ability in all those events, reminds me a little bit of Juliet Whitaker. And obviously, she was an Olympian here for the first time as well. Uh, um, Paige, does this season? How's this season feel in comparison to last season? Again, last season was super successful. You won this event last year. Does What are you doing different in 2024 that might be just a little change from last year?
Honestly, I think just like caring more. Like last year was just kind of like freshman year of cross country, and it's not always been like my favorite. Track has always been, number one, and it definitely still is, but I definitely had like a greater appreciation for cross country. I feel like that was really just shining this year and just really like seeing what I could do with this sport and seeing how far it could take me. So I'm hoping that is to NXN, but anything can happen. So we're just hoping.
What do you hold on to or recall from NXN that you want to go back to? Like, what memories do you have from Portland last year that you'd like to explore again?
I feel like just like fighting more in the race. I feel like I just kind of gave up a little bit last year, and I feel like some of our whole team did a little bit. Like we were just a little bit deflated after last season, but I feel like this year we're just really, really excited to get back out there, and
Hmm.
hopefully the weather will be a little bit better. Just kind of have the opportunity to really fight and just like race. Because I feel like we didn't really get the opportunity last year, but just to kind of get a do over in that sense.
Yeah, yeah. Well, as someone who's in Oregon right now, I can tell you it's raining pretty hard right now. So I'm not. I wouldn't hold too much hope it's going to be dry or anything like that. But how's the weather out your way, Paige? Like, is it going to be? I heard there was going to be some late in the week rain. I know it's been very dry in New York lately, but some rain this week might actually make that course a little bit tricky as well.
Yeah. So New Jersey right now is in a drought. So um it technically rained yesterday, so I mean it's technically over, but
But not
not
much, right?
yeah, not any of our races have really been in like very wet conditions. So like it'll be a little bit different, but honestly it'll probably be good. Because it'll make the ground like a little bit like harder because like with like the loose ground and dirt, like it's really easy to like get caught on something. And I feel like that's happened last week during Holmdel when I fell. But I think honestly like this week like it'll be a little bit better and just like make it a little bit easier.
I didn't realize you'd fallen. Did you just slip, or did someone clip your heel?
So it was actually in like the one of parts of the course where you can't like there's no video footage. And I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I think it was like the dust and the dirt either covered something, or that's what I tripped on, and I just like fully wiped out. I
Hmm.
probably lost like 20-ish seconds because I think I
Oh,
was on pace.
really? Wow.
Yeah,
You
for
really
like a
did wipe out.
17, like 30 or like 35, but yeah, and if you look at the footage, like before my jersey is like all clean and afterward there's like dust and dirt everywhere. It was like a mess.
So you really like went all the way down,
Yeah,
it
it was a
wasn't.
full blown like face plant.
Wow. How are you? Did that? Is that something you feel like you're recovering from? Do you feel like you're okay?
I definitely have like a few like scrapes like here and there, but I'm totally fine.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. Good luck getting around the course with no falling down here this weekend. Paige, I can let you go. I know you've got studying and things to do, but good luck on Saturday. Good luck to Union Catholic, and can't wait to see how that all unfolds for you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.